Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Latina Diaspora. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with this channel or watching this channel for the first time, here what we do is we talk about issues that's pertaining to Latinos, particularly Latinos born and raised in the United States. So I just want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, okay, known as X. Tonight, we're going to do something a little different, which is called open discussion. Those of you who are familiar with my main channel, which is Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron, what we do here, and when we have open discussion, I'll talk about random topics, which I'll give an opinion. And of course, the audience will have the opportunity to opine. And if there's anything that you wished for me to discuss, I will share it with you. I want to everybody, first of all, I just want to say shout out to all those, not many, but those that have already subscribed to the channel. Okay. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do, if you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and set the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. Okay. I'm probably not going to be here long, maybe anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. Okay. It's just that I just recently began to produce content here on this platform. Okay. So what we would go to the first topic. The first topic that I will be discussing is that the news that Creole Chief will continue to produce content on this channel. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, he is a young YouTube creator. He is a bilaterally mixed person. He's Creole. Okay. I'm not familiar with where he's from. I think he said he's from Louisiana, but I really don't know. Unfortunately, he's been the subject of a lot of sass and a lot of rhetoric tossed by him by Malala Vanguard and other YouTube creators. And one of the things that he was seriously discussing doing was deleting his channel. He has decided not to delete his channel, but basically just remain on his platform. First of all, let me just state for the record that everyone, and I repeat, everyone has the right to govern their platform as they see fit. And if he decides not to join on other people's platforms, that is his choice. Okay. And he, of course, will decide who will be on, gain access to his content and who will not. Okay. What I will suggest, and this is friendly advice, try to get some thick skin. Because one thing that we do know about here in these YouTube streets is that there's going to be people that are going to be hating on you. It's going to be either because of your content or because of the people that you choose to hang with. Okay. I mean, that is the reality. At some point, every YouTube creator, no matter how big nor small, will have to deal with hate. We have to deal with those who will call them anything and everything but a child of God. That's something we all have to deal with. And to be perfectly honest, we all need to develop thick skin. Okay. Now, before I continue, let me just state for the record that the link to join the panel has been pinned. Should anyone wishes to join the panel, they're more than free to do so. Okay. Or, of course, you can enter your comments in the chat. I do request that you keep it respectable and be mindful that if you disrespect this platform, you will be removed and you will be blocked. It is that simple. The next thing we're going to be talking about is the fact that the circus has returned. Okay. Now let me explain to you what do I mean by that. Unfortunately, and again, unfortunately, we have the same individuals who creating the same old beefs regarding certain individuals. Okay. Why? That's a good question. Okay. And it's unfortunate that some people are not able to move on. It is unfortunate that people continue with the old beefs. Okay. Now, in my day, and I admit I am sort of the senior citizen here in these YouTube streets. In my day, I was taught, well, if you don't have anything positive to say about a person, you don't say anything at all. Logical. Unfortunately, what happened is we have individuals who are incapable of thinking with logic. They have to think with emotion. They react. And things of that nature. It is sad, but that's the reality that all of us face with. Okay. And of course, another part of the stupidity is the fact that there's certain individuals that have beefs with other creators simply because of the fact that they are friends with those that have that which are their ops. Now I said this before, and I will continue to say, if you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. Okay, and the bottom line is, why am I going to attack someone who hasn't attacked me? Why I'm going to be disrespectful towards someone that has not been disrespectful to me? That's not going to happen. Okay. Now, if you are disrespectful towards me, I am going to respond, but I'm going to respond appropriately. And it could be um, blocking you. It could be preventing you access to any of my platforms. It could be, not having any dialogue with you. Okay. Because I am not required to have dialogue with people who call me anything but a child of God. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is the upcoming presidential debates. Okay, so it looks like uh, the first debate um, between President Biden and Donald Trump will be in June. Okay. I think there's going to be 2 or 3 debates that's going to be scheduled. Okay. Um, Basically, and the whole point is to try to convince um, the huge block of voters who hasn't made up a mind regarding who they're going to vote for, whether it be Joe Biden or Donald Trump. Okay. One thing I do notice that Donald Trump has done virtually nothing to try to expand his base, and there's a problem with that. Okay. The problem is this: in order to be successful, in order to be successful, you have to go beyond your base and convince other voters that you are a better candidate. The way Donald Trump handled himself will lead one to believe that he's mentally ill, that he needs to be placed in a 72-hour involuntary observation period, um, in a rubber room with a straitjacket. And of course, people love to comment regarding Joe being half asleep or what have you. I have said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I am not crazy about either candidate for multiple reasons, but I am going to vote for one. Okay. It's definitely not going to be Donald Trump. Okay. So basically, it's the debate regarding two old grumpy men. Okay. All I go to say is, may the good Lord protect me and keep me from being a grumpy old man when I get old. Hopefully, I'll be a pleasant old man. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. Now, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is this song that we see a lot on TikTok, and it is called. Well, it is like it is what I euphemistically called the single mom anthem. Okay, and it talks about a woman who engaged in sexual intercourse without protection, becoming pregnant, and then she becomes a single mom. Okay. If you follow TikTok, you see that quite a bit. In fact, you see it now. It's like every other video, someone is making alluding to this what I call the single mom anthem. Now, as I stated before, okay, one thing we have to understand: um, not all single mothers are the same. Okay, we have to make a distinction between those women who did not choose properly regarding their sexual partner's concern. We must distinguish also regarding women that choose to engage in risky sexual behavior without taking any precaution to prevent not only unwanted pregnancy, but also transmission of sexually transmitted diseases. We also must make a distinction regarding those who are in monogamous relationships, but the guy leaves for whatever reason. Sometimes it has to do with what the lady did. Sometimes it has to do with what the guy did, and other times it's between what both parties did. And there is, of course, those women who became single moms because the husband or the child's father passed away. Okay. So you do have to make a distinction. Now, I know there's some people that don't. I do. Because if you are a lady and you became a single mom because your husband or the child's father passed away and the father was active in your life and in the child's life, it's one thing. Okay. It is another thing when women decide to engage in unprotected sex and then cause the consequence is that she becomes pregnant. Okay. I'm sure there are many single moms that do not care for this song because it does hit a nerve. But I think if you just get past the so-called abrasiveness, it's just basically it talks about a message. It talks about how women need to be careful, okay, as far as who they allow to engage in sexual activity. Okay. It does not mean that women should abstain. I mean, but realistic. Okay, the ideal is they should wait until they're married. But let's keep it real. How many women actually do that? How many men do that? So that is the reality. And again, we have to bear this in mind that not all single moms are the same. Okay, and you do have to show some compassion to those women who became single moms because their husband passed away. Okay, okay. It's very sad, sad when you lose your spouse. Okay, and it kind of leaves a void that sometimes never gets filled completely. Okay, no, she might be able to get married again, but as far as replace the guy completely, no, because each one of us is unique in our own particular way. Now, I'm going to be discussing why I think this is just a personal opinion on my part. The reason why I think there is a move to try to ban TikTok is try to eliminate competition. Okay, particularly with Facebook, which is now known as Meta. Okay, because Facebook has contributed millions of dollars um, in supposedly so that we need to be protected from TikTok because TikTok will relay information to the Chinese government. First of all, what about all those phone? What about all our phone numbers that are being sold um, by cable by providers to teach people, for to call us and things of that nature. No one is addressing that. But all of a sudden, because TikTok is hugely successful, particularly when it comes to the youth, then it all becomes a big issue. Miss me with that rhetoric. Miss me. Now, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is what does it take to be a content creator? First of all, let me I've stated this on a couple of my streams, and I'm going to state it again. If you have any aspirations of becoming a YouTube creator, the very first thing is you're going to need to have thick skin. Okay. The reason why you need to have thick skin is because not everyone is going to be enamored with your content. You're going to have people that's going to call you lame. You're going to have people that will insult you. You're going to have people that are going to call you names. You're going to have people that have beefs with you, okay? You have people that are going to call you anything and everything but a child of God. So you will have to have a very thick skin, number one. Number two, you need to have a vision. For lack of a better term, a mission statement, okay? Something that describes what's the purpose of your channel, okay? And it doesn't have to be highly elaborate. It could be something that's simple, okay? So you develop what is going to be your niche, so to speak, and then you go around creating content, okay? And of course, you decide how often you air content. You can air it once a week, you can air it twice a week, you can air it multiple times. You can do live streams, you can do short videos, you can do both or what have you. I mean, there is no limit to what you can do as long as you abide by the community guidelines. And I would suggest that you do your research regarding what the guidelines here on these YouTube streams. And there are many. Okay. I'm not going to state all of them, but what I will state is the following. Whatever is your mission statement, so to speak, whatever is the aim of your channel, be true to it. Okay? what I mean by, okay, if you're talking, if your platform is going to be about sports, talk about sports. If your platform is going to be about celebrity gossip, do that. Okay. Be true to yourself. Also, try to be consistent as far as your content is concerned. Whether it be once a week, once a month, twice a week, or whether it be every 15 days, whatever. Okay. And you decide how often you're going to air content. You also decide as far as who you're going to allow on your platform and who not. You're also going to establish rules as far as how people are to conduct themselves both in the chat and on the panel. Okay. Because whenever anyone goes into your platform, what they're doing is they're entering your cyber home. So they need to abide with whatever rules or regulations you decide to do. Okay. And you could be as polite as you want, you could be as rich as you want. I mean, that's totally up to your discretion how you wish to proceed. So the next thing is that there's a couple more things which I'm going to be discussing. Is YouTube politics. Okay, now when I first became a YouTube creator um, almost 3 years ago, I had no understanding, I had no knowledge in regards to the politics that occur here in these YouTube streets. In time, um, I grew to have an understanding the type of politics that exist. And the fact of the matter is, people are going to hate you for two reasons. Is one is going to be your content, or it's going to be because of the people that you choose to hang with. And then what you need to do is you need to be mindful of how you're going to govern your platform. Okay. Can you get advice from the other YouTube creators? Definitely. But the bottom line, you decide how your platform is going to be run. You and your own. Now, I just have two more things which I'm going to be discussing. All beefs. One thing that's clear we got here in these YouTube streets is that you're going to have some beefs. Why? Because there are people who, whatever the fluff reason, don't know how to let go. Okay. They harbor ill will, they harbor grudges, and then it becomes like, okay, how do I get back at that person? How do I do that? No. How do I take away their peace and joy? Okay. And of course, the immediate reaction is to act with emotion and respond with emotion. I decide, you know what? There are certain things which do not require a response. It's not that I can't. It's not that I can't respond. I can respond. It's just that what happens is when you respond, then that person reacts, and then you react to the reaction, and then it goes back and forth, and then nothing gets done, and then what it is, it basically a futile exercise. Okay, so you just have to learn to just ignore people and be the best version of yourself. And the final thing, which I'm going to be talking about, is grudges. The one thing I've seen here in these YouTube streets, certain creators have hold grudges against certain people. Why? I don't know. Some of that could be something about what they said. Some of it could be something what they do. What some of it could be what they didn't do. It could be well maybe they're upset because the person that you're romantically thinking about chose that person instead of you. I mean, uh, you're not doing yourself any favors by holding grudges. Okay, in fact, if anything, what you're doing is that you're making yourself more ill. What you're doing is you're depriving yourself of whatever blessings that God wishes to provide. And you're thinking nothing about retribution and revenge. I mean, every person, and I repeat, every person will face the consequences of their actions sooner or later. Hopefully, when it's all time to give an accounting, God will be merciful with us. So, and to be perfectly honest, there are quite a few people that I have forgiven, which I didn't think I was going to do it. Okay, you know, and also extending olive branches to certain creators. Most of them chose not to accept my offer, but then again, you know what? It's okay because at least I made the effort and I offered, my hand in friendship, so to speak. So I'm able to sleep well knowing that at least I tried. So with that being said, I'm gonna start to wrap this up. Now I will be live Friday night on my main channel, which is Uncommon Sense, with Jose Negron at 9:30 p.m. And the topic will be the obsession. Okay, so I'm talking about people that think so much about a person or a thing that they spend every waking moment of their day thinking about it and not letting the person be. So it's going to be an interesting topic. Hopefully, you will be kind and visit. But in any case, most of the people will, if they watch it, they'll watch it on the playback. So, with that being said, just want to say thank you all those who have watched it and who will watch it on the playback, and of course, all of you are more than welcome to share a comment. Um, just keep it respectful. So, with that being said, I'll see you all next week. I will have a different topic on Wednesday. What will be? We shall see. We shall see. So, with that being said, this has been another episode of Latina Diaspora. Take care, good night, and peace. Strong.